Good morning and welcome to yet another edition of Good Morning Anambra here on ABS TV. My name is Chidima Oranwa. Of course, we are starting the show this morning with the stories that are trending on the national dailies and also ABS website. And also we have a reviewer with us in the building this morning. After this short break, we'll go straight into discussion. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and this is the press to review. We have with us this morning Chinedu Ekwon. Chinedu Ekwon is a public affairs analyst and also a lecturer in the Department of Mass Communication, now Ezekiel University. You're welcome to the program this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, quickly we are going to kickstart the show this morning with the story trending on ABS website. All right, let's see what we have there this morning. Saludo inaugurates the first telemedicine hub in Anambra. ABS to commence a profile program for Anambra communities, a plans reality show. Saludo inaugurates a 9-road project at Oboko, Obaro Council area. All right, Chinedu, these are what we have on ABS website this morning. And I would like you to comment on the very first story, talking about the governor inaugurating the first telemedicine hub in Anambra State.
Thank you. From what I read about the telemedicine hub, it's a right step in the right direction. Though we all know at the first instance that Professor Soludo has planned a big deal for Anambra. So, and as it is coming, it's a welcome development because without good health, I don't think anything can work. So it's a positive development, and it has to be applauded for that.
Okay, we are now going to, of course, leave the story of ABS, the second story that we have there, talking about commencing profile program for Anambra communities. And also we are planning to host a reality show right here in ABS. So how did you see that? How do you see that?
Yeah, quite a nice program. Profiling communities in Anambra, because the truth is that many people, most Anambrarians don't even know communities in Anambra. So it will be a very nice idea. It will be an educating and very interesting show so that people will know the communities that make up Anambra. Then about the reality show, it's quite, that is what ABS should be. It has been there for a long time, and this entertainment, education, and information function of the media.
Okay.
So it is playing its right role. That's a nice idea.
All right, having said that, of course, that's a nice idea. And this is like an announcement to let communities know that we are coming for them. If you know that culture that you want to showcase to the world, if you know that thing that you want the world to know about your community, of course, ABS will be there to showcase all that to the world. Quickly, let's start with the Sun newspaper this morning. And what we have there as the banner headline is Tinubu Obi clash as Atiku faces editors. All right, that's a big story there. We need competence, not it is my turn to rule. Labour Party candidate tells APC standard bearer. And then Obi concocting lies against Lagos Governor Campaign Council. Editors to interrogate Atiku on policy plans. Angry Senate moves against all thieves, urges security forces to go after them. Keredolu begged Christian over Muslim ticket. Lekki Deep Sea Port kicks off Operation September 16. And then we have countries like Mali, Chad, and Niger to transit cargoes via our port. 2023 elections, opportunity to turn Nigeria's fortunes for good. This is coming from Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. All right, so over to you. Do we start with the big story? The clash between the prominent three presidential aspirants, Tinubu, Obi, and Atiku.
Yeah, it's not surprising. We are in a political season, and every of the candidates will be trying to outsmart the other. But in the real sense of it, I think the most important thing for us is that we should talk more about our pressing needs. Nigeria is in deep trouble, and they should avoid talking about personalities. Let them give us their programs and tell us. It is not about even, because the other day I saw one of the presidential candidates reading how many pages of written theories and promises. And for some time we've been hearing it since 2011. We've been hearing a lot of promises and classroom theories. And in administration, I don't think that plays any role. So what we need from them is that if you tell us you're buying us a car or you're building us a bridge, tell us how you fund it and how you can do it, and the importance it will play in our people's life. So Atiku and Obi with APC candidate, the three front runners, I think they should. Obi has been doing very good in that aspect. He has been telling Nigeria and the world how his plans and how he's going to do it. So I think we need more of that from the APC presidential candidate. It is not the time for presidential council and committees and spokesmen, because at the end of the day, when the chips are down, you begin to hear that I did not say it, that it is my friend that said it, or that the party said it. It is not me that said it. So we need it right from the horse's mouth. Let the presidential candidates tell us what they have in stock for us.
All right. Well said. Now quickly let's go over to the next paper this morning, and that is the Guardian newspaper. The big story in front of the Guardian: energy crisis forces Nigeria's 43 million households to spend 8.9 trillion naira per year. And then we have as riders there: electricity workers demand reversal of privatization, say new owners are hustlers. Experts worry over obsolete refineries, gas processing facilities. Stakeholders insist Nigeria paying for inefficiencies amid tariff hike. Russia-Ukraine war, federal government, EU, AFD sign 25 million euros to strengthen electricity grid in Northwest. And then we still have up there: Police Service Commission Chairman Smith resigns amid recruitment controversy. Google lists telecoms sector, media, NGOs as highly vulnerable to cyber attacks. And then we still have up there: you are sleeping, Mr. President, PDP chief tells Buhari. Southwest PDP resolves to back Atiku as Makinde insists Ayo must go. Buhari's Imo visit, waste of resources, says citizens. Okay, so which one would you want to talk about?
Okay, let me start with the energy issue, because I don't know. Over time, this energy issue has always been there at the front burner, and it seems it's about to defy solution. But for us to be honest to ourselves, Nigeria has been suffering from this energy crisis. And even we were talking about independent power generation, maybe through our generators and all whatnot. Now, the price of fuel and diesel have skyrocketed. So we have nowhere to go, we have no alternative. So it must have to be taken serious. energy must have to be taken serious. If the dams are not working and things, let's go for hydro. If it is solar and a lot of other things, we have a lot of potentials. But it must have to be taken seriously, because without energy, there will be no manufacturing. Even the entire life will be miserable for Nigerians. So I think something serious has to be. They have to take a serious decision. The privatization, the time they did it, I thought it will bring the needed succor.
Yeah.
But at the end, it seems not to be working, and because the discos will be complaining about non-payment, then the generation will be telling
Gencos.
the Gencos will be telling you that whatever they generated has not been evacuated.
Yes.
So the complaints is everywhere. You don't know who to blame. So I think we need to sit down with experts and decide on this. Without power generation, I don't think any society can survive.
Okay, quickly, let's also see this story. You're talking about the resignation of the chairman, Police Service Commission Chairman Smith. He resigned amid a recruitment controversy. Now, do you think that's the right thing to do?
Yeah, to me, I think we've started having a couple of resignations in work discontent. When you're not contented with what is happening. It happened in Lagos. Commissioner for structural or something building resigned last week, and the PSC chairman is resigning. Yes, it's good. It's an honorable thing to do when you're dissatisfied with what is happening, because at the end of the day you have to be blamed, and whoever does not want to be soiled, you take a bow, and so.
Now, so it means if you are the person that caused the chaos, you just leave the scene without trying to see how you can solve it.
The case is that I don't think there has been a verdict indicting
No,
Smith.
just saying generally, not just about Smith.
Yes, it is in two ways. If you're found incompetent, you have to resign.
Okay.
If you're not satisfied with the way things are going, you resign. You leave them to do whatever they want to do, so that you'll now be associated with the failure. Because like in the recruitment, recruitment in Nigeria is another thing. Because now in most of the recruitments, they don't talk about merit. They don't talk about federal character. They don't talk about competence and a lot of things. So once it comes, and most of these how do I put it? Most of these controversies comes from powers from above, on what it comes from higher authorities. So when it is being enforced on you and you think you cannot bear it, you throw in the towel and leave them to go on with whatever they want to do, so that you will not be associated with the crisis, the consequence when it comes. Because most times, you see competent people not being absorbed into the civil service or recruitment. It is people that has senators, has big politicians and things like that. So I support him if he is not the cause, that because he's dissatisfied, it's okay. It's a good thing.
All right. Well said. Quickly, let's go on a short break. And when we come back, we continue with the program. Remember, it's press review of the program. Good morning, Anambra, right here on ABS TV. We'll be right back.
Ndị Anambra, unu apụtagola?
Ibolachi.
Good morning, Ndị Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Now, let's do it together.
Bia Kaidowo Okwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle. Security. Topical issues.
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show, where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Heartbeats of the East.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Great Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315 or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902.
ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Alright, ndị Igbo na-ege ntị kwụ na ahụna n'ebe anyị nọ kpọmkwem na Anambra State ka m nọ. Anọkwa m with Anambra Broadcasting Service. However, if you are not listening to them, if you are not watching them, that means you are blind. Open your eyes and see good things, and good things will come to you. Hey, babe, I wanna know.
Ndị Anambra, unu apụtago ụla?
All right, you're welcome back to the show. And we've been joined by Uzo Ekemeze. He's a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Uzo. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good morning to the and members of the crew of ABS. It's a very good morning. Viewers at home, please join us for this Thursday edition.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And quickly, you can be part of the discussion. If you want to call us, all you need to do is just to dial the number displayed in front of your television set this morning. All right. The next paper we are going to be reviewing, it's the Delhi Independent and then this day newspaper. We are taking both together. The Delhi Independent newspaper, uncovers a plot to use the court to stop use of beavers, raises the alarm over alleged plan to sack INEC chairman. And then we have there over 400 out of 541 MDAs risk scrapping Senate. ASU strike, FED criticizes NANS for blocking Lagos Ibadan Expressway, says right to protest not reason to breach public peace. Southwest PDP resolves to back Atiku Abubakar, insists Ayu must go. Your request achievable but must follow due process, Atiku. Supreme Court affirms Odele as a PDP Ebonyi Guba candidate. And we also have there telecom operators gain over 11.4 million subscribers in 7 months. Police Commission Chairman Smith resigns amid recruitment crisis. Buhari present 2023 budget October. This is coming from Bajabia Mela. And then the next paper this morning is the This Day newspaper with the banner headline in front of This Day. Ayu 2023, Ayu must go. Southwest PDP tells Atiku. Resolves to back party's presidential standard bearer. SVP says the request achievable but must follow due process. PDP candidate has capacity to unite Nigeria, Makinde declares. Ibazu PDP needs genuine reconciliation to be victorious. NNPC NAS on collision course as National Oil Company shuns Senate summons. Senate backs scrapping of 400 federal agencies to save money. Federal government, Port Harcourt refinery will resume production by December. These are more what we have in front of the two papers this morning. That is the Daily Independent and This Day newspaper. Uzo, let's start with you.
Yeah, very well. The coalition of United People's Political Party, sorry, yes. Okay, uncovers the plot, grand style, by INEC or APC in particular to rig 2023 election. it is something that is very, very pathetic. The problem we have in Nigeria, I keep telling it, our problem, political space, is INEC, because they say that they are independent. I would have liked to coin that their, what do you call it, nomenclature, okay, to be dependent electoral commission. How manage those people who has access to the database of INEC to be able to register people, especially in Imo State? This is almost 22 states that this thing occurred, and people can cover that particular plot, okay? People that are from Zambia, Togo, Jamaica, New Zealand, every part of the country. Some people, their age is even more than what they're thinking about. Some people that 1900 as their age. So some people now even more than, sorry, they're elder to Nigeria, because Nigeria was in 1914. That's all. You are born in 1900, 1904. And this is a database that have been captured. And where this thing was happening is in an database. How? Last time, somebody who was supposed to be a data and research department in INEC heading it was transferred to Enugu to be just an administrative head. 6 months to the election. You remove him from that particular place. So what are we saying? How can somebody at this particular time, INEC has already, they passed electoral bill that these things will be transmitted electronically and BVAS machines will be used so that people can be captured, your image, and the what do you call it, result will be transmitted from the polling unit. Let me just tell you, you don't win election in the polling, what do you call it, in the question center, you don't win it in the local government question center, not in the state question center, you won in the polling unit. That is where elections are being won. So if you don't win your polling unit, you cannot win the election. So now, what they're trying to do in the grand style is for them to scheme a way whereby they are going to now rig this election. I've told you sometime that the election has been even rigged before the election itself. Okay. Now, I thank God for this, what do you call it, body, okay, creation of political parties, okay, to uncover this particular plot. And I expect INEC to come up and deny this particular thing. How can images, somebody not even Nigeria, 1983, and they are older than that particular age, and people are saying this thing, are saying that the elections should be free and fair. How? APC know that where they're not going, and that's why they are trying to bring these particular schemes and telling us that what INEC did was on their own, that they don't know anything about it. Let them come out and tell us how individual access INEC database. These people are saying they have evidence, and somebody went to court, the Federal High Court in Owerri, okay, to get an injunction restraining INEC not to transmit results electronically, not to use BVAS machine. And who is that the person that take INEC to court? He take INEC to court as the first respondent. He take the chairman of INEC as second respondent. All of them should be what? Given that injunction, declaring them that they should not at any time use BVAS machine or transmit the election electronically. Let them use what we call manual collection of results. Remember that sometimes somebody made a statement, INEC Commissioner for Voters Registration and Education, okay? He said that they will use somehow manual collection of results. People clamor on that. He said, no. What I'm trying to say is that no matter what it is, you cannot submit a result, every result or whatever it is, every information, electronically. There must be something that you can do manually. Maybe picking it from the collection center. This thing has been said that once you vote in your polling unit, it's already reported in the INEC, what they call it, database. Everybody will see that thing in that particular place. Why are you trying to come to public and deceive the populace with this? So now, the issue of this particular INEC trying for them to be sacked is better even because they have compromised. I don't have any confidence in this particular body again, because every election we keep on hearing a new thing, a news that are going to make people to lose hope. Look at millions of people that have registered. Okay, let me just tell you one evidence. As a lawyer, you deal with what's substantial evidence. Why should INEC say that they have registered 1.1 million voters that are not correspondent to what they are trying to do in the database? Why? After that, 2 days they say this particular thing was uncovered. Then coming to the issue of PDP moving that IU must go southwest. If you think person that must go, if you want to tell ourselves the truth, the person that's supposed to resign is Atiku, not even IU. Because IU has a people's mandate. Convention was held. This man emerged victoriously without any challenge. He won that mandate that the former national chairman of PDP was from the south. And now it is turn for the north to produce. According to section 45 of PDP constitution, then they zone it to north. IU contested and now won. Landslide. Then when they returned to zone presidential candidate to south, they refused. Otton was the part of it. Mike, that's why I'm telling Mike as a lawyer that he has no moral discretion to come and tell IU to resign. Because there are people that are even sabotaging that particular position to come to the south. If you come to the south, equity must be played. It's going to be in southeast. And you know this thing for sure. People are started playing grand style. And most of the governors from the southeast are aiding and they're betting. They are complete on this particular issue. So let them not allow you to resign. You hold the mandate of people. Atiku should resign because the presidential candidate of the PDP should come to the south. That is the constitution. Telling all these things is not for them to deceiving the populace.
All right. Now, that statement is actually from the Southwest, the PDP in Southwest. They are supporting Atiku and they are the people saying that you must go. All right, over to you, Chinidus. Do you still want to talk on that? On Atiku's story? We have other things we can look at here. Federal government saying that Port Harcourt refinery will soon resume production by December.
Let me comment on Atiku's issue passively.
Okay.
Like my brother said, I will disagree with him to an extent. Yeah. Because as it is now, it was IU that promised PDP that if the presidential candidate comes from the north, he will resign. So it's a promise. But the problem is that in this country, Nigeria is, I don't know, our politicians are lacking integrity because whatever you say, you must have to fulfill it. So it's a promise that they are asking him to fulfill. I don't think, because the maneuverings that came before PDP National Convention that brought about Atiku's emergence, they did it carefully. They were very meticulous because it was the committee that threw it open. So Atiku has every justification. Though, when you talk about morality, he has no moral right to contest because the outgoing president is from the north, and just like what APC did.
What about the zoning they talked about?
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Zoning is enshrined in PDP constitution. It's a very simple thing. Now, the APC abided by the zoning formula. They said it should come to the south, and that was what happened. Most other political parties did it. It came to the south, just like what Labour Party did. It's only the PDP, because of Atiku's personal interest and his capacity in PDP, that the party's constitution that was changed. And it was changed to favor him. Now, IU should be the sacrificial lamb. I think that is what it is.
All right. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I'm calling from Republic of Cameroon.
Please reduce the volume of your TV set.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Please, if you want to call us, reduce the volume on your TV set or you move away entirely from where your television is located. All right, quickly, let's see what we have in front of the Nation, Daily Trust, and the Punch newspaper. These are the papers we have, and we're going to take them together. The Nation newspaper this morning, Makinde leads Southwest PDP on IU must go call. Akeredolu Adebayo head teams for Tinubu. Buhari to present budget to National Assembly next month. And then Oyetola Adeleke Bika over report of overvoting. Buyers of seized Lagos properties to pay 2001 price. And then, okay, let's go over to the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Call for state police, ACF, NEF, Afenifere, Pandef, back northern governors in Monarchs. Ekiti passes bill, Kano in 2 weeks. Jigawa to follow soon. It's nullity without National Assembly approval. Professor Yadudu. Buhari, okay, we've talked about that. Now, Senators, okay, Orasanya report says over 400 MDAs risk scrapping. Nigeria French agency signed €25 million deal for power transmission project. 23 Abuja Kaduna train passengers still in captivity 186 days after. Police kill kidnappers sharing ransom in forest. And then the last paper that we have this morning is the Punch newspaper. PDP crisis, Atiku, Wabara meet to aggrieve the governors. Makinde demands Ayu's exit. Former BOT chair, Jibrin forced to resign. Party still in crisis, says Bode George. Southwest PDP agrees to back ex-VP. Oyo governor seeks restructuring of National Working Committee. Ayu's resignation achievable but must be negotiated to avert crisis. Atiku, Benue Senator. Senate bank deposits rise by 24% to 42 trillion naira. Ekiti Road collapse, motorists ground and seek government intervention. That you can see the picture in front of the Punch newspaper this morning. Pro-chancellors, VCs intervene in ASU's 7-month strike. You can see that on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Thank you very much. In a simple time, because of want of time, you see, let me just rephrase certain things, just a few things before I go to what is happening. The main stream. The issue of this Ayu must go. What I'm trying to say here is that nobody has that a gentleman agreement. Oral agreement or promise is not constitutional promise. Constitution has already become grown now. And that is Alberta of PDP. So telling us all these things that it must go with what do you call it, a palliative, so that it's not going to cause crisis. If I were you, I'm not going to resign. You go to hell because of the mandate. Okay, Atiku has been a serious contender and pretender in election since 1992 to 2003. This man is still contesting. So if he has any particular integrity himself, he should resign and go back and give this party to the Southeast. But that is by the way. We don't come to that on this normal, what do you call it, day. Next day, we are going to discuss about that. So coming to the issue of what do you call it, we are representing 19-point-something trillion as a 2023 budget on October. Okay? It's laughable. What is laughable is that all this budget you made after seeing our foreign reserve and our debt profile, okay, has risen to the extent of all the loot that have been recovered. They are still looting that particular loot that have been looted. So what are you telling us that the presented budget? As I told you that since PDP was in power for 16 years, they borrowed 6.5 trillion. Okay, APC is just getting to 7 years and fraction of months. Okay, what they have borrowed is 43-point-something trillion. So if you allow them for another 8 years, it will be up to 100 trillion. We are going to be borrowed, and we are going to pay this debt to the extent that all these particular ministers and senators are junketing in IMF board room, okay, and seeking for loan from one place to another. You see Amechi, you see Wafashola, all of them are looking for this loan for them to use it for on their own personal, what do you call it, discretion, without even doing a project that's going to reflect the feelings of the masses. So the loot that have been looted is enough. The ASU is on strike now. And they are trying to tell somebody, if it is in a very, very coordinated country or whatever it is, Ademo must have been sacked entirely. Indigate would have been removed. Because people don't want to make these people to go back to school 7 months. Since 1999 to date, ASU has been on strike for 5 years, 3 months, 13 days. That calculated from 1999 up to date. Strike is not even the solution. That's why we have not taken what we call educational revolution, okay, in this country. It is so that you know that the society you have built today will take revenge in your children tomorrow. Most of them, their children are abroad or whatever. You are presenting budget. The National Assembly will pass it because this National Assembly are nothing but an errand ball. whose job is to keep dinner in the table of the world, the executive, okay, they become political hallelujah. Because whatever the president said, they are going to now say, yes, sir, without even having a robust debate. Where is the National Assembly of Okadibodian? National Assembly of Ken Naman? Where are those people that are there? When you present something, it will go into a robust debate before it being passed. But these people, once you get it there, Lawan just give it because it's there as a toy boy.
Still talking about National Assembly, Chinedu, look at what the senators are saying, that over 400 MDAs risk scrapping. We're talking about people losing their jobs, and we're already battling with unemployment in Nigeria. Now they are still saying that about 400 MDAs maybe could be closed down.
Well, the thing is that Orasanya report, from what my perception of it, what I understood from it is that the MDAs, the ministries and MDAs, has to be submerged. They have to be merged with some other things. I don't think they are talking about sending those people to the unemployment market. If you do that, it will be a major crisis. Though it's a welcome development to implement that Orasanya report. But another thing is cost of governance. Though it's a part of it, but I think it is about 30% of the waste we're experiencing in governance. Talk about National Assembly. What about the budget for presidency? Budget of National Assembly, and just like you have Aso Rock Clinic. Sometimes I question them. You have most of the presidency, the president, his family, and most of the ministers. They'll tell you that they are traveling abroad for health reasons. They want to go and take care of themselves abroad. Meanwhile, every year, huge amount of billions will be budgeted for that same Aso Rock Clinic. If they've decided not to patronize the Aso Rock Clinic and they don't like it, or maybe they are incompetent, why vote money there? Let the money be saved for something more important, so that they can be traveling abroad. So implementation of our Orasanya report is a welcome development, as long as it's not going to send people to the unemployment market. Because I think most of these MDAs you're talking about now, they have their heads, they have their the buildings, they are being budgeted for. But when 2 or 3 of them are meshed, it has to be one budget, it has to be one administrative head and things like that. So it minimizes cost. It is good, but let that go to National Assembly too. National Assembly budget. Even this bicameral legislature, I don't think it's still needed in Nigeria. Let it be either Senate or House of Reps.
Well, having said that, we want to say a very big thank you to both of you, Chinedu Ekwono, for joining us this morning on Press Review. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And also to you, comrade Uzo Ekemeze. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yes, thank you, Nigerians. What we're talking about is this, what do you call it, state police. Should be not even state police, going to be local government police, because the Nigerian problem is local and in local solution. It's a pity that is a country where bandits arrested a thief and hand over to police. Bandits handing thief over to police, and police now take them. What are the police doing to see a bandit handing over thief to them? Right. Thank you very much. Until next day, have a very good day.
Thank you so much, Uzo, for joining us this morning. And that's it on Press Review. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Let's see you at the other side.